Welcome to the Funeral Funds Life Insurance Podcast. I'm your host, Randy Vandervate from Funeral Funds of America, and you can find us at funeralfunds.com. That's funeral, Funds.com. Whether you're interested in term life, whole life, annuities, disability, business continuation, or final expense life insurance funding, we have you covered. Our team of experienced professionals will guide you through the complexities of insurance products to help you make an informed decision. In this podcast, I'm going to be discussing how to shorten your first day burial insurance approval process. Now, it is so important if you're looking for burial insurance to get first day coverage. We can't stress that enough. You do not want to settle for a 2-year waiting period plan. If you see all those commercials on TV and they claim, hey, you can get all this coverage for $9.90 something per unit, that's not really great coverage for most people. Number one, it's got a 2-year waiting period, and you don't want a 2-year waiting period when you qualify for first day coverage. That's silly. You would never buy a car if you couldn't drive it the first 2 years. You would never buy a house if you couldn't live in it for 2 years. You probably wouldn't get into a relationship if you couldn't kiss your special one for the first 2 years. Why would you get a plan that, if in the first 2 years you pass away unexpectedly, you're screwed, right? Why would you do that? So yeah, just be aware. Most of that stuff you see advertised on TV that's just tugging at your emotions, and they're offering you these really super low teaser rates. Man, watch out for them. In almost every case, it's going to be a 2-year waiting period, or a term life insurance where it's going to go up in price every 5 years and cancel once you get beyond age 80. Watch out for that stuff. Point number one on how to shorten your first day burial insurance approval process. Number one, go with the right insurance company. Stay away from those plans with 2-year waiting periods. Stay away with plans that can't approve you right away. Don't go with a plan that's going to take 3 days or 5 days or 14 days or a month or multiple months to get approved. It's absolute insanity when there's companies out there with even better pricing than those companies that's going to give you an answer and offer you approval the same day on the spot over the phone. And you can choose whatever billing date you want. So if you get approved on the 15th of the month and you don't want it to start until the 1st of the next month, we can do that. But yeah, we specifically choose companies that have the lowest pricing that also allow us to get an immediate underwriting answer so that we can get that approval, so that you don't have to worry about it. So that when you lay your head on your pillow that night and go to bed, that this is taken care of and you don't have to deal with this anymore. The second way to shorten your first day burial insurance approval process is go for a simplified issue life insurance plan with no medical exam. Now, be careful on this one. You don't want to go with a plan that doesn't ask any health questions. And you might think, well, that's the best way to go. I've got some health problems and I don't want to answer any health questions. Well, here's the deal. Most of the companies out there offer first day coverage, even if you've got health issues. And the stuff that's very common as we get older, the high blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, all of that stuff, the insurance companies don't even care about that if you go with the right insurance company. And even if you've had some crazy significant health problems in the past, let's say you had cancer 3 years ago, but you were treated and well, and it's been longer than 24 months, we can get you approved for first day coverage. But some companies out there ask, have you had it in the last 24 months? Some in the last 36, some in the last 48, depending on the insurance company. Some companies have 10-year look backs on cancer. So you obviously wouldn't want to apply to one of those companies, but there's some inexperienced agents out there that will just throw in an application just for the heck of it to see if they can get you approved, see if the insurance company misses anything. But the thing is you don't want to do that, because if you get denied, there's insurance companies out there that are going to ask if you've been denied in the past, and they'll hold that against you. So you don't want to do that. Our third point today about how to shorten your first day burial insurance approval process is Complete the application correctly. Now, in most cases, you are not going to be completing the application. Now, if you're getting a 2-year waiting period plan from one of those 990 something plans or some of that other stuff you see on TV, and especially that stuff that shows up in your mail, just says, yeah, automatic approval, no questions asked, anything like it, stay away from that stuff. But you want to make sure that your application is filled out. In most cases, your agent's going to fill that out for you. At Funeral Funds of America, we actually fill out the application form for you so that we know everything's filled out correctly. We ask all the health questions. Now, that's one thing you should always insist on is before you get on the phone with an insurance company to find out about that approval. A lot of agents will have just asked some basic questions and then get on the phone. And then the insurance company will ask you all the detailed questions on their request for coverage form, their application form. And a lot of times your agent missed something, and then you're going to be on the phone with the insurance company, and you're going to have to answer yes to a question. And it's something that could be awkward, or it could just be something that was so easily caught that, the agent should have like dodged to a different insurance company rather than going with the company they did, because you won't get approved. So what we always do is we always ask some basic underwriting questions just to get an idea of where you might fall in the underwriting process. And then once we get that information, we will always read through all the application questions word for word so that you hear everything, so that when you're on the phone, you know that you're telling the truth and you haven't missed anything. And if your agent ever tells you to lie on an application, boy, get rid of that agent fast. If they're in their house, kick them out. If you've bought a plan and you found out that your agent asked you to lie on something, or if your agent actually lied on the application and you found it, a common one is an agent might write down that, hey, you were a non-smoker, even though you are actually a smoker. They did that to get better rates. But here's the thing. You're going to sign the application. You're going to certify that everything's true on the application. And if you do that and you were approved for the non-smoker rate and you were a smoker, um, the insurance company doesn't have to pay when there's an outright blatant lie on the application during the qualification process. So don't think you outsmarted anybody. You're going to die. The insurance company is going to check on that and they're going to nullify the policy. So always tell the truth. And if you've got an insurance agent that's in any way bending the truth in any way, even in the smallest detail, get rid of that agent. Fourth point about how to shorten your first day burial insurance approval process, I kind of just touched on it. Provide truthful and detailed health information. As long as you have a great agent that's knowledgeable, that is filled with integrity, that wants to help you out, then they're going to do the right thing 100% of the time. And you should be able to tell. You should be able to tell if your insurance agent really knows what they're doing, because after a certain period of time, they should have almost an encyclopedia type memory about medications and health issues and stuff like that. If they seem confused in any way, boy, they're probably a young agent, and that is probably not to your benefit, because they probably won't be in the business within another year or two. And now you're just going to have what's called an orphan policy. There's no agent attached to it. And if you need any help or support, you're out of luck. So be careful with that. Our fifth point about how to shorten your first day burial insurance approval process is opt for an electronic application or same day approval. Now, I talked about that a little bit already, the same day approval. There's some companies out there that are notorious, absolutely notorious for taking so long. And then they want various amendments after you send stuff in, and they always want more and more and more paperwork. And it's like, what a pain in the rear. And their pricing doesn't even justify it, because they're going to be more expensive in most cases. So why would you do that when, like at Funeral Funds of America, the best companies that we have that have the lowest pricing, we can actually get you on the phone. We do a conference call with you. In my case, it would be myself, the agent. If I were helping you out in the insurance company, we're your advocate, and we help you get through that approval process and get you approved over the phone or over an online electronic application. And it is so easy peasy. It is so easy to do, at least on our end, because we know what we're doing. It seems complicated for you, but we'll walk you through every part of the process and we'll let you know what's kind of coming up on the phone interview so that there's no surprises or anything like that. And again, we just coach you in the process. We don't coach you what to say. We just tell you, always tell the truth. That's the most important thing. Always tell the truth. And then really the sixth point is just stay responsive and provide additional information promptly if your agent needs it. Maybe there's something you forgot. Maybe you decided you wanted to change the beneficiary. Maybe you decided you wanted to get more coverage or something like that. Just reach out to your agent. If I were your agent, you'd have my cell phone number. You would just call or text me, and we would get that straightened out. And that way too, if you ever need more coverage in the future, if you're my client, then you just reach out to me. We'll get you taken care of. Yeah, pretty easy peasy, right? So I hope that helps you understand how to shorten your first day burial insurance approval process. My name is Randy Vandervate, and I hope this podcast has been helpful to you. Funeral Funds of America can help you qualify for first day coverage or benefits at funeralfunds.com. That's funeral, FUNDS.com. And our phone number is 888-862-9456. We will be blessed to help you with this in the future. Until that day comes, stay safe, take care, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.